The Cessna 205, 206, and 207, known variously as the Super Skywagon, Stationair, and Super Skylane, are a family of single-engined, general aviation aircraft with fixed landing gear, used in commercial air service and also for personal use. The family was originally developed from the popular retractable-gear Cessna 210 and is produced by Cessna. The line's combination of a powerful engine, rugged construction and a large cabin has made these aircraft popular bush planes. Cessna describes the 206 as the sport utility vehicle of the air. These airplanes are also used for aerial photography, skydiving and other utility purposes. They can also be equipped with floats, amphibious floats and skis. Alternatively, they can be fitted with luxury appointments for use as a personal air transport. From 1962 to 2006, Cessna produced 8,509 aircraft in the 205, 206 and 207 variants. Development. Cessna 205. The Cessna 205 was introduced late in 1962 as a 1963 model year. The six-seat aircraft was essentially a Cessna 210 with fixed landing gear and with changes to the crew and passenger door arrangement. Being officially designated by Cessna as a Model 210-5, the 205 retained the early 210's engine cowling bulge, originally where the 210 stowed its nose wheel on retraction. This distinctive cowling was made more streamlined on the later Cessna 206. The 205 is powered by a Continental IO470S engine producing 260 horsepower. The 205 was produced in only two model years, 1963 and 1964, before being replaced in production by the Cessna 206. A total of 576 Cessna 205s were produced. The six-seat Model 206 was introduced as a 1964 model and was built until 1986, when Cessna halted production of its single-engined product line. It was then reintroduced in 1998 and remains in production in 2013. There were many sub-variants, including the U-206, P-206, all certified to CAR3 standards, and later 206H certified to FAR Part 23. The total Model 206 production between 1964 and 2004 was 6,581 aircraft. The original 1964 model was the U-206, powered by 285 horsepower Continental IO520A. The U designation indicated utility, and this model was equipped with a pilot side door and large clamshell rear door serving the back two rows of seats, allowing easy loading of oversized cargo. There was a TU-206 turbocharged version powered by the Continental TSI-0520C engine producing 285 horsepower. After 1967, the turbo TU-206 was powered by a TSI-0520F of 300 horsepower. The extra 15 horsepower was obtained by turning the engine at a higher RPM, and was only allowed for 5 minutes. Due to the large propeller diameter, the additional engine speed meant that the propeller tips were pushed to transonic speeds, which required much more power. From 1964 to 1969, the U-206 was known as the Super Skywagon. From 1970 it was named the Stationair, a contraction of Station Wagon of the Air, which is a good description of the aircraft's intended role. Sub-variants were designated U-206 to U-206G. In 1977 the U-206 had its engine upgraded to to a Continental IO520F of 300 horsepower, and the Tu-206 power plant was changed to the TS-IO520M, producing 310 HP. Production of all versions of the U-206 was halted in 1986 when Cessna stopped manufacturing all piston-engined aircraft. A total of 5,208 U-206s had been produced. The P-206 was added to the line in 1965. In this case the P stood for people, as the P-206 had passenger doors similar to the Cessna 210 from which it was derived, on both sides. The P-206 was produced from 1965 to 1970 and was powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 horsepower. There was a turbocharged model designated TP-206 which was powered by a Continental TS-IO520A also of 285 horsepower. 647 P-206s were produced under the name Super Skylane, which made it sound like a version of the Cessna 182, which it was not. Sub-variants were designated P-206 to P-206E. Cessna 206H. After a production hiatus of 12 years, Cessna started manufacturing a new version of the venerable 206 in 1998, with the introduction of the newly certified 206H. The H model is generally similar to the previous U-206 configuration, with a pilot entry door and a rear double clamshell door for access to the middle and back seats. The H is marketed under the name Stationair. The 206H is powered by a Lycoming IO540AC-1A power plant producing 300 horsepower. The turbocharged T206H is powered by a Lycoming TS-IO540AJ-1A engine of 310 horsepower. Even though the Cessna 206H is certified as a six-seat aircraft in its country of origin, the Canadian aviation regulator, Transport Canada, has only certified it to carry 5 people in Canada. This is due to concerns about passenger egress through the rear clamshell door with the flaps extended. Cessna addressed one part of this problem early on after a flight test aircraft was damaged when the pilot extended the flaps while taxiing, and his passenger had the clamshell door open. A switch was added to the flap actuation circuit which disabled the flaps when the doors were open. The other part of the problem is that if the flaps are already down, the passenger must perform the complicated procedure of opening the front part as far as possible, then open the rear door and restore the rear door handle. This then gives enough clearance to open the rear part of the door. Both the 206H and the T206H remain in production in 2013. By the end of 2004, Cessna had produced 221,206Hs and 505 T206Hs, for a total production of 726 H models. Cessna has indicated that they do not intend to produce a P-206 configuration aircraft in the future due to lack of market demand. The Model 207 was a 7- and later 8-seat development of the 206, achieved by stretching the design further by 45 inches to allow space for more seats. The nose section was extended 18 inches by adding a constant section nose baggage compartment between the passenger compartment and the engine firewall. The aft section was extended by 27 inches by inserting a constant area section deflection in the fuselage area just after the aft wing attach point. Thus the propeller's ground clearance was unaffected by the change, but the tail moved aft relative to the main wheel position, which made landing a greater challenge. The move gave the airplane a larger turning radius, since the distance between main wheels and nose wheel increased by 18 inches, but the nose wheel's maximum allowed deflection was not increased. The 207 was introduced as a 1969 model featuring a Continental IO520F engine of 300 horsepower. A turbocharged version was equipped with a TS-IO520G of the same output. At the beginning of production, the model was called a Cessna 207 Skywagon, but in 1977 the name was changed to Stationair 7. 1977 also saw a change of engine on the turbocharged version to a Continental TS-IO520M producing 310 horsepower, the same engine used in the Tu-206 of the same vintage. The 207 added a seat in 1980 and was then known as the Stationair 8. Production of the 207 was completed in 1984, just 2 years before U-206 production halted. A total of 626 Cessna 207s were manufactured. The Cessna Model 207 has been popular with air taxi companies, particularly on short runs where its full seating capacity could be used. Very few of these aircraft have seen private use. Modifications. In April 2007, The announced that the European Aviation Safety Agency had granted a supplemental type certificate for conversion of Cessna 206s to the The V8 diesel power plant. The STC allows conversion of the following models: U-206F and Tu-206F with the 300 horsepower power plant, and the U-206G, Tu-206G, 206H and T-206H with the 310 horsepower version. This modification does not require any changes to the engine cowling. In May 2008, The entered insolvency proceedings, so the future availability of this diesel conversion is uncertain. Soloy Aviation Solutions offers a turboprop conversion for some 206 207th models based on the 418 shp Allison C2OS engine gearbox package. However, extensive engine cowl modifications are required. Atlantic Aero offers an FAA STC conversion to the Continental IO550 power plant. No cowl modifications are required. Both Kenmore Air and Wipe Air offer seaplane conversions. Variants: 205. Original 205 model, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO470S of 260 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,300 pounds, land plane and certified on 14 June 1962 as a variant of the Cessna 210. 205A, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO470S of 260 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,300 pounds, land plane and certified on 19 July 1963 as a variant of the Cessna 210. Original 206 model, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,300 pounds, land plane, 3,500 pounds, seaplane and certified on 19 July 1963. U-206 Super Skywagon, First U-206 model, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,300 pounds, land plane, 3,500 pounds, seaplane, and certified on 8 October 1964. First P-206 model, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,300 pounds, land plane, 3,500 pounds, seaplane, and certified on 8 October 1964. U-206A, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,500 pounds, seaplane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 24 September 1965. P-206A, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,500 pounds, seaplane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 24 September 1965. P-206B, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 3 August 1966. Tu-206A, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,600 pounds, seaplane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 20 December 1965. Tu-206B, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,600 pounds, seaplane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 3 August 1966. TP-206A, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,600 pounds, seaplane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 20 December 1965. TP-206B, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 3 August 1966. U-206B, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520F of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,500 pounds, seaplane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 3 August 1966. P-206C, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 20 July 1967. TP-206C, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds, land plane, 3,300 pounds, skipplane, and certified on 20 July 1967. P-206D, 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520A of 285 385 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 18th of September 1968. TP206D, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 18th of September 1968. P206E, 6 seats, powered by a Continental I-0520A of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 28th of July 1969. TP206E, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 28th of July 1969. U206C, 6 seats, powered by a Continental I-0520F of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,500 pounds. Seaplane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 20th of July 1967. TU206C, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,600 pounds. Seaplane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 20th of July 1967. U206D, 6 seats, powered by a Continental I-0520F of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,500 pounds. Seaplane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 18th of September 1968. TU206D, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,600 pounds. Seaplane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 18th of September 1968. U206E, 6 seats, powered by a Continental I-0520F of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,500 pounds. Seaplane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 28th of July 1969. TU206E, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,600 pounds. Seaplane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 28th of July 1969. U206F, 6 seats, powered by a Continental I-0520F of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,500 pounds. Seaplane, 3,300 pounds. Skiplane, and certified on the 26th of October 1971. TU206F, 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520C of 285 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane, 3,600 pounds. Seaplane, £3,300 skiplane and certified on the 26th of October 1971. U206G. 6 seats, powered by a Continental IO520F of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane. £3,500 seaplane and certified on the 21st of June 1976. Tu-206G. 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520M of 310 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane. 3,600 pounds seaplane. 3,600 pounds amphibian and certified on the 21st of June 1976. 206H. 6 seats, powered by a Lycoming IO540AC1A5 of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane and certified on the 26th of November 1997. T206H. 6 seats, powered by a turbocharged Lycoming TI-0540AJ1A of 310 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,600 pounds. Land plane and certified on the 1st of October 1998. 207 Skywagon. Original 207 model. 7 seats, powered by a Continental IO520F of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,800 pounds. Land plane and certified on the 31st of December 1968. T207 Turbo Skywagon. 7 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520G of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,800 pounds. Land plane and certified on the 31st of December 1968. 7 seats, powered by a Continental IO520F of 300 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,800 pounds. Land plane and certified on the 12th of July 1976. Certified for 8 seats on the 11th of September 1979. 7 seats, powered by a turbocharged Continental TSI-0520M of 310 horsepower, with a gross weight of 3,800 pounds. Land plane and certified on the 12th of July 1976. Certified for 8 seats on the 11th of September 1979. Operators. Civil. The aircraft is popular with air charter companies and small cargo air carriers, and is operated by private individuals and companies. One of the largest Cessna 207 operators is use.The, Alaska, which has a fleet of 12 aircraft. Government Canada. Ottawa Police Service 1 U206G in the surveillance aircraft role. United States California Highway Patrol, multiple for speed enforcement. Military. Argentina, Argentine Army, 6 times T207. Bolivia, Bolivian Air Force, 2 times U206C in 7 times Tu-206G. Colombia, Chile, Chilean Air Force, operated between 1974 and 1980. The very first Cessna 206 as VAC 415, then sold it to civilian market. Djibouti, Djibouti Air Force, 1 times U206G. Dominican Republic, Ecuador, Ecuadorian Air Force. Guyana, India, Israel, Israeli Air Force. Mexico, Mexican Air Force. Malaysia, Paraguay, Paraguayan Air Force 5 U206G. Paraguayan Naval Aviation 4 U206A C. Paraguayan Army Aviation 2 U206G. Peru, Philippines, Philippine Army. Uruguay accidents. December 4, 1971, Eastern Airlines Flight 898 collided with a Cessna 206 while landing at Raleigh-Durham International Airport. The Cessna crashed, killing 2 people on the plane, but the DC-9 landed safely. July 24, 1972, near Aspen, Colorado, a 27-year-old student pilot with a total of 39 hours of flying time flew into a blind canyon and stalled the aircraft while trying to turn around, killing all 4 people on board. Among the passengers was wealthy playboy, entrepreneur, racing driver and developer Lance Reventlow, who was a Woolworth heir, son of Barbara Woolworth Hutton and the husband of former Mouseketeer and actress Cheryl Holdridge. Specifications. General characteristics. Crew 1. Capacity 5 passengers. Length 28 feet 3 in. Wingspan 36 feet 0 in. Height 9 feet 3.5 in. Wing area 175.5 feet squared. Airfoil NACA 2412. Empty weight 2,176 pounds. Max takeoff weight 3,600 pounds. Power plant 1 times Lycoming I0540 AC1A air-cooled flat-6 engine, 300 horsepower. Performance maximum speed 174 miles per hour at sea level. Cruise speed 163 miles per hour at 6,200 feet. Stall speed 63 miles per hour. Range 840 miles. Service ceiling 15,700 feet. Rate of climb 988 feet per minute. Bibliography. Cessna 206H specifications. Thielid Aircraft Engines GmbH press release about Cessna 206 engine development. Cessna 206 Soloy specification. Andrade, John. Militaire 1982. London, Aviation Press Limited. ISBN 0-90789801-7. Flores, Santiago A. From Cavalry to Close Air Support. Air International, Volume 16 No. 5, pp. 298-303. ISSN 0306-5634. Taylor, John W.R. Jane's All the World's Aircraft 1971-1972. London, UK. Jane's Yearbooks. Jackson, Paul. Jane's All the World's Aircraft 2003-2004. Coulsdon, UK. Jane's Information Group. ISBN 0-7106-2537-5. Simpson, Rod. The General Aviation Handbook. Hinckley, UK. Midland Publishing. ISBN 1-85780-222-5.